Straightforward with dishonest people. Sunland Apple IPTV voiceover IP Salton Pictures Studios Company July 24, 2024. Straightforward with dishonest people. Is being straightforward with crooked people considered stupidity? How should one deal with selfish people? What if we become crooked with a crooked person? Questioner. The world is crooked, banky, dishonest, selfish, deceitful, but if I behave with simple straightforwardness, honest, fair, truthful, according to my nature, then I am considered stupid. So do I give up my straightforwardness, Saradata, and become crooked, or should I join the crooked lot in their stupidity? Dadashri. Straightforwardness Saradata arises if you have earning from many lifetimes. The one who is a crooked is trying to make us lose our earning, so should we lose our earning? If we lose our own earning, then we also became crooked, then what is left with us? All is finished. And then comes bankruptcy. Questioner. So is it better to be considered stupid and allow myself to be cheated, and be taken for a ride? Dadashri. No, nobody is stupid in this world, it is not like that at all. Where everybody is stupid, unaware of reality, let them call you stupid. Therefore, you should not keep in your mind that you are being considered stupid. Then, where is the problem? After many lifetimes, one earns simplicity, Saradata, so it is a big liability to lose this earning. And you are a lawyer, you will never lose at all, you will think critically before proceeding, that is it worth anything to lose such a big asset. Therefore, it does not matter if you get less in life. There is no harm in that, but do not lose this precious asset of simplicity. The one who calls you stupid, it is his responsibility, he will pay for his fault. Responsibility is of the one who speaks. What is your responsibility in this? You are proceeding and living life with simplicity. Simplicity is a very elevated thing. It is not an ordinary thing to remain straight and simple with a crooked, difficult, conniving, devious or hostile banco person. It is not an easy thing. Now if you want to lose your precious asset that has arisen after earnings over many lifetimes, then enter into kashaya of hostility or deceit with all such people. Reference. Dadavani Magazine, October 2009, page number 2, page number 3. Adjust with difficult people. Questioner. One-sided adjustments are not possible in this world. Is that right? Dadashri. The very definition of an ideal worldly life is adjustment. Even the neighbors will notice and say, there is conflict in every household except this one. Your energies to adjust have to be cultivated, especially with those you do not get along with. These energies are already present with people you get along with. Inability to adjust is a weakness. Why is it possible for me to get along with everyone? The more you adjust, the more your energies will increase and your weaknesses will diminish. Right understanding will prevail only when all the wrong understandings are destroyed. Everyone gets along with easygoing and good-natured people, but when you learn to get along with difficult, stubborn, and harsh personalities, you have truly accomplished something. No matter how brazen and shameful a person is, if you know how to adjust without losing your mind, it is well worth it. Losing your temper is futile. Nothing in this world will fit you, nothing will adapt to you, but if you fit with every situation or people, then this world will be good. If you attempt to make others fit with you, this world will become awkward. Adjust everywhere. As long as you fit into everything, there will be no problems.
Hi y'all. Now this video might be a little long. I may have to do a part 2, but I have some things to say. In April of 2024, April 3rd to be exact, I gave BTC Bahamas my 2 weeks notice to say that, hey, I'm resigning. Thank you for the opportunity, but I have to move on. Which is normal. When you resign from a job, you give them the professional courtesy of your 2 weeks and you move on. I wasn't even stink with it. I work out my 2 weeks. I went to work. And after my last day, which was April 17th, I left. Cool. So now I'm thinking, okay, like a normal company, they're gonna pay me my resignation benefits. No worries. April 22nd, I started my new job. Fine. After a while, I noticed, hey, I ain't get no money. So I reached out to someone in HR, and they told me, they was like, oh, well, you have a loan with the union, and after we pay out your loan with the union, we only have about $400 left for you. Impossible. I said, okay, If that's the case, please send me a breakdown of what I'm to be paid out. Here's my email address. Never got a response from that person after that. Fine. After a few days, I reached out to somebody in the finance department. The lady was like, oh, I saw something come across my desk for you. But I can tell you right now, you ain't getting that no time soon, because this has to go to Panama for them to add your name in the system for us to pay you. And that alone could take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months with who money? I said, okay, 1 minute for y'all. Immediately after I hung up from her, I called the labor board and I told them what my issue was. They told me to file a trade dispute. I did that online via my gateway. Use that, that's a good portal, by the way. Before I even got to the labor board part, I was a paying member of the BCPOU, the union. Every pay period, the union used to take $20 out of my salary for dues. I reached out to the vice president at first. Then I reached out to the the president reached out to me. I guess after my issue reached the labor board and the gentleman from the labor board reached out to them, then the president of the BCPOU reached out to me. Before that, nothing. Air static, nothing. Cool. So after the president of the BCPOU was made aware of my issues, I told her what my plight was and what my issues were. She was able to work along with the BCPOU and get me my equity back. My equity would have been the money that I was putting there to save out of my salary every month. So I was able to get that back. However, no money from BTC. So maybe like a week or two goes by. I haven't even heard anything back from the labor board. I called them and they was like, oh, well, your case still is on the director desk to be assigned. And once it's assigned to somebody, they'll reach out to you. No problem. So finally, they reached out to me last week. I think Wednesday or Thursday, the lady called me. She said, oh, you have a meeting with the labor board and PTC at 12 p.m. on Tuesday, July 2nd. I said, Mom, I don't live in Nassau. Is there any way for it to be postponed to the 12th, or can it be done virtually? She told me no. And she said, if I don't show up, then PTC will win the case. I say, oh no, I will be there. So Tuesday, I hop up on the plane and I went to Nassau and I had the meeting. BTC sends a lady from legal to the meeting. Cool, that's fine. So yeah, they sent somebody from legal to the meeting, which is fine, no problem. The gentleman from the labor board, he, was like, hey, we here to discuss a matter between you and BTC, yada yada. This lady was like very arrogant and she was like, oh, this will be an open and shut case and yada yada yada. So I'm like, okay, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. So she says to me and the gentleman that BTC would have paid me out that morning and I should have the funds by the end of the day. So I said, okay, what does the payout include? So she said it included my the salary the last 2 weeks I worked, along with my vacation days and my prorated or my accrued Christmas bonus up to the point that I resigned. So she called out the figure and I said, okay, well, what happened to the increment? Now she called out that figure from one paper. I said, what happened to the increment? So she goes on about how the increment was paid out, and because I wasn't an active employee when it was paid out on the 30th, but I wasn't an employee on the 30th, so I wouldn't be entitled to the increment. Nah, I got an increment last year. Anything would have to do with money, you can't trick and kill me. So I said to her, now I know increment is back paid from January 1 to April 1 of the year, because April 1 is when the company's fiscal year starts. She starts stuttering, oh yeah, you're correct. I said, okay, so why am I not entitled to the increment? Here comes this second paper. Oh yes, so the increment, and she called out the figure for the increment and said, oh, that would have been paid out this morning as well. So that told me, if I didn't ask about that increment, she'd keep that little second paper in her pocketbook and I wouldn't get my money. Now, This situation is not about the money, because today is Friday, it's 6:30 p.m. and I have yet to been paid, and she told me I would have gotten the money by Tuesday afternoon or 48 hours later. It's now Thursday at 6:30. I haven't seen $1, which is fine. God is good, God provides. I'm very well taken care of, and luckily I have another job, so I'm not, destitute. It's the principle of the matter for me. I have a big problem with that, because there are other persons that have resigned from the company. They took 5 months to pay them, 6 months to pay them. No. Why? If I give you my 2 weeks notice, you have 2 weeks to put all your ducks in a row and pay me. There's no reason why 3, 4, 5 months later, you just pay me my money. And this ain't no big money, this chump change. And after all I've endured working at BTC, I feel like my payout should be automatic. Like, you all shouldn't have no problem paying me, because we didn't sabotage, everybody wish everybody the best, and we moving on. Now, because y'all think I's a conk, and y'all think my mommy only black child is play, I have to put y'all on blast. Because the only reason I resigned, I wanted to take my VSEP. I don't know if anybody know, but the VSEP is the voluntary separation package. When I messaged someone from HR to ask, what would my VSEP payout be? I was told that the VSEP is closed and that's not an option. If I wanted to leave the company, I would have to resign. Cool. My problem with that is nobody ever sent out an email like they should have, which is stated in their agreement with the union, that they let the company know or let the staff know that the VSEP is closed. I never got an email saying that the VSEP is closed. So, how the VSEP get closed? And I know. And you know what the staff know. So that means y'all gypped me out of thousands of dollars that I would have earned by working all that time. And y'all ain't want to pay me because I will leave? Cool. Now, before I even became a permanent staff, I was a temp. Well, I was a contract worker. Then I was a temp, a contract worker, then permanent. As a temp, based on y'all agreement with the BCPOU, I should have never been a temp for more than a year. I gotta take y'all to labor board for that from then, but I didn't, because I was being nice and I wanted to be permanent. Then y'all decided that, I couldn't be a temp anymore. There's no option for you to be a temp, so you have to be a contract worker. Cool, I took that. Y'all forced me to sign that contract, not explaining the contract and hiding things from people in the contracts. Anyway, this getting long. I can make a part 2.